So one of the many things that Doug Wilson, and believe me, this has been a network of Doug Wilson, Pete Hegseth, Tucker Carlson, okay? It's part of the male masculinity Christianity movement. It also runs along, that JFK line. The Kennedy boys, their family was known for, constant competition. And again, I'm not against competition. It just went like way too far in their family. I mean, it created many of the men to be narcissists. Okay. Um, so, it was very cutthroat kind of thing. And I had just posted a short video about how Doug Wilson, I mean, he's put out so many videos about men, 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 men. And I feel, and this is just a guess, that what is at the heart of these men, because I don't see masculinity, not the natural masculinity, the natural masculinity of their idea of masculinity is women submit to man, and then when they call themselves Christian, it's like you're anything but Christian. But I'm to the point, it's like the churches really served to keep the curse in place. They did. They did. It's You've been under the season of the beast. It's been constant deception since we were born. And you could say, no, the churches did. Yeah, but the churches missed some major big things with the Bible. It's baffling to me, not just the first church, all of them. But, when you're under the season of the beast, that's going to happen. The very fact that they all created seminary school was the first mistake. But let's not go there. I've done enough videos about that. What I wanted to mention is that Charlie Kirk saw empathy as a New Age movement, and yet his mother was, an LCPC. Go figure that one out. But his mother was likely, because I'm a former psych nurse, okay? Sympathy, sympathy and empathy are a little different. Sympathy is basically, oh, yeah, I feel for your pain, but I really don't give a shit. That doesn't work with psych patients. Empathy, on the other hand, empathy, and this is, Charlie Kirk saw empathy as a New Age movement because Doug Wilson sees empathy as a sin. And he doesn't even understand the terms, okay? It's not like he's a wise person, okay? It's not like he walks with Christ. He really walks with the Roman Empire that nailed Christ to a cross. Just saying. So, the thing is, my experience, and I'm just basing this off of my experience, is that patients, most especially when they're at their lowest, okay? They're not looking for somebody to just have sympathy with them. And there was an article, I brought it up long time ago. It was a peer-reviewed study that the Swedes did. And I loved the name of the article, and I can't find it. But it was about how you have to get into the hole with the patient. Okay, this would be what empathy is. Standing up at the top saying, come on, come on. Come on up. That's not going to help a psych patient that is, in the pits of I want to kill myself. The other argument against this, which in my opinion just serves, the season of the beast, is to say, oh no, you can't get that close. This isn't about getting close. This is about putting yourself in their shoes. I have always found it's been what's worked for me. Is that when you can put yourself in the other person's shoes, it doesn't mean you're taking on all of their stuff. That I don't know who came up with that idea, but that you can best try to help them because you're still coming from your perspective. It's not your stuff, but you're putting yourself in your patient's shoes. Doesn't mean you can fix it, but it's the best way to offer some immediate hope because it's showing somebody who truly cares. Somebody that has sympathy, that's not really caring. But see, that's what, of course, Pastor Doug Wilson, promotes. And, of course, then Charlie Kirk, pushed this empathy as a New Age movement. No, empathy is that it's you putting yourself in the other person's shoes. It's truly caring. It's truly caring. Sympathy is just, oh yeah, I feel for you, but it means nothing. And I've seen that in psych settings where people are just, yeah, they're sympathetic, but and you think patients don't know that? They know it. People that are really low and in the pits of despair, They know when somebody cares or not. So the most important thing for somebody when somebody's truly in despair is they need somebody that really cares. And sympathy, it doesn't cut it. Now, I mean, because even a narcissist can do the sympathy thing. I mean, Doug Wilson, perfect example. Charlie Kirk. I mean, not people that I ever saw that had anything other than surface bullshit. Just surface. It's the men. The men have to be in charge. We're too insecure to look at ourselves to see why we're behaving the way that we do. So we need the whole world to bow down to our ideas that men are over women. And they would say, no, we just mean the husband over the wife. Jesus didn't tell you that, though, did he? No, he didn't. But you followed the religion of Paul, as I always say. Okay, you shouldn't follow Paul when Jesus never said it. It's that simple. People would say, but God spoke through Paul. If it was not, no. When it comes to women, when it comes to the government, when it comes to this submission stuff, they want to keep you under the curse. Don't you see? This is that's the way the beast would do it. Is you get these fake, phony Christians, fake, churches that Paul, but never really Jesus, never John. Okay, the apostle Jesus loved the most, and Jesus never even knew Paul. Never them, but just Paul. It's what Doug Wilson runs with. It's what Pete Hegseth runs with. It's what, and I'm not a feminist. Anyway, so this is what made Charlie Kirk, I've said before, one of the stupidest things he said was that empathy is a new age movement, and yet his mother's an LCPC. Maybe, whatever. His mother is probably just one of these I just do sympathy thing. Yeah, patients know then in their heart, especially kids, especially adolescents, they know you don't give a shit, so they'll have no respect for you with that attitude. Somebody who truly cares, they'll reach out to you. Now Doug Wilson's attitude is you can't have empathy because let's use the hole analogy. You have the despair person in the hole, they need help getting out of the hole, okay? Doug Wilson would say, you can't go getting in the hole with them, then you can't get out. Well, no, the smart person takes the rope down with them and gets in the pain. It's talking about getting in the pain with them. You're not taking it on. You're still in your logical, perspective self, but you're putting yourself in their shoes. You're showing I'm brave enough to face this with you. And since I'm coming down with the rope, I'm hoping that we're going to both go back up on the rope, okay? Yeah, somebody should really let Doug Wilson know that, okay? I mean, I have a little bit more experience in this area than his ass does. So, that's what this whole group is about, okay? That's why Pete Hegseth, it's warriors. What you're the Roman Empire. That's who you are. Who was and everybody that wants to put the Roman Empire on some pedestal, again, they nailed Jesus to a cross. So I really don't understand that mentality at all. It's so stupid. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out because Doug Wilson is a false pastor, and yet Washington, Pete Hegseth invited him there. And at this point, what I see is they do this because they know that they're about keeping the curse in place. I think they do. I think some of them know. As long as we keep the curse in place and we make the people believe we're Christian and this is what they should follow, then God says, well, the will of the people is still believing this, and they're not surrendering their will to me. They're surrendering their will to this nonsense male masculinity construct that I never gave them. Not to mention, none of these men actually show any natural masculine qualities. I've said Charlie Kirk didn't. Neither does Pastor Doug Wilson. Neither does Pete Hegseth. I'm not trying to be a bitch. They just don't. They don't. The true masculinity in a man does not get into these movements and carry on like this. It's not even close to being Christ-like, and it is literally what the curse of the earth was and is.